Hello everyone, Casey here, reminding you to stay healthy, stay hungry. So today, we're going to be going through a dynamic warm-up exercise, something that's really important before we get into a workout, and it's gonna get some blood flowing all throughout the body. It should take about 10 minutes or so, so I'll walk you through about 10 to 15 exercises. Let's do it. Okay, first things first, we're gonna go into a world's greatest stretch. So if you have a towel or a yoga mat, I want you to go to the end of the yoga mat. We're gonna walk all the way down into a plank. Give me one push-up. We're gonna go into a runner's lunge. Start on the right side. Here. Lifting this right arm. We're gonna bend that elbow all the way down, almost touching that mat. And we'll rotate that spine all the way up. 5 to 8 times here. Before we switch to the left side, we're gonna open up this hip a little more. So I want you to bring this knee out and almost roll on the outside of your foot here. Just do this 5 to 8 times here. Really opens up the hip. Good, we're gonna bring that right leg back. In that plank position, we're gonna switch to the left side. Into that runner's lunge. I want you to drop the hips. Elbow goes all the way down to the mat or your towel. Open all the way back up. Keep the hips down. Elbow down, and all the way up. Reach to the sky. Back to your plank. Stretch is super important because it gets our low body, our hips, our thoracic spine, our core. It's a great stretch. Next, we're gonna go into a thoracic rotation. So I want you to go sit on your knees here. We're gonna spread them nice and wide. I want you to sit down. We're gonna bring one hand onto your mat or your towel. We'll start with our right side. So bringing our hand behind our head, we're gonna reach through and open all the way up. Reaching through, open all the way up. Reach through, all the way up. Very important that we sit all the way back because it allows our lumbar spine not to rotate. We're only rotating the middle part of our back or that thoracic part. Switch to the other side. Right arm goes down. Left hand goes behind the head. Perfect. Next exercise, we're gonna go down into your mat or your towel. Go into a Superman position, flat on your back. Bring those hips up, those feet off the ground. Reach our hands out like Superman. So this gets our low back and our core. And we're gonna do vertical pulls, pulling all the way down. Keep your head down. That nice squeeze. Bring those elbows into the ribs. Remember to breathe. That's a great exercise. Warming up that back again, warming up that low back and the lumbar and our core as well. So perfect. Next thing's next. So we're gonna move our towel or our mat, bring that up. And we're gonna do some exercises going left to right or back and forth. So first things first here, we're gonna go into some knee hugs. We're gonna go up and down is going to help mobilize our hips here. What I want you to do is we're going to start on the right side and to the left. Grab our right knee, and I want you to pull it in, bring it out wide. We're going to take a step, switch to the left, all the way over. You notice when I'm grabbing my knee, I'm not grabbing onto it, I'm grabbing below my knee here, almost onto my shin. And switch. Nice and tall. Good. Switch. Great. Next thing, warm up those hamstrings. So we're going to do some hamstring walkouts. We're going to take a step with our right, staying on our heel. I want you to keep those arms long. We're going to get all the way up. And then we're going to switch. Stay on the left heel, reaching all the way down with our fingertips, all the way up. Take a step. As you reach down, you're really feeling the hamstrings here. Go all the way up. Take your time. My hips are staying low, as almost if I'm trying to touch something from the back. Pull it back up. Perfect. Okay. Next thing, so we're going to go into a walking lunge here. It's going to warm up our glutes and our quads. Just going to go all the way down. I want you to switch on every step, so we'll go down. I want you to apply that foot first before we drop our hips. If you have to go down, you can go all the way down, but I want you to keep that other knee off the ground. Come all the way back up, take a step, drop the hips, back up. Good. Like that. Back. That forward step does not need to be very far. I don't need to step out this way. See, my back leg is fully extended. We don't want that. We almost want 290 degrees. This front leg and the back leg. Come right back up. Take a step. Drop. Last one. And great. Next thing, we're going to go into a tree pose. Again, this is going to help the mobility in our hips. And we're going to raise our arms with it. So we're going to drop here, just like this. If you can't walk and you're still working on that core strength too, you can just stand here, bring the arms up and down. A few of you that are a little more advanced, we can switch, walk all the way. Now I'm going to plant my right leg, bring my left leg on over my right, raise my arms. The lower you drop in that tree pose, the more you're going to feel in those hips, that hip flexion. All the way down. See, as I go lower, I can feel more in my hips. You have to come back up, it's okay. Arms up, all the way down. This is a difficult warm up here, but this is warming up our core and our hips. Again, dynamic warm up. Reason why we raise up our arms. So as we raise up our arms, it warms up that big lat muscle in the back. More here. If you do have a chair or a wall close by and you need to put your hand down, that's completely okay. Put your hand down onto a chair. I just want you to learn that we're going to really drop those hips, and that's when you're going to feel in that hip flexor. We're going to create a little more mobility in those hips. Okay, next thing, this is going to be a little more of a stationary exercise, but we're going to go into a reverse lunge with a twist. So I'm going to face directly towards you. just gonna go into a reverse lunge, twist over to the left, drop down, back with the left foot, we're gonna twist over to the right. Just gonna go back and forth here. And again, just like I did in that front lunge, my back lunge does not need to be very far back. Really dropping those hips down, we're right back up. Boom, all the way down. All right. How are we doing every day? Doing all right today? A little gloomy out. As you can see, the on was just mode, clears truly. Looking good. Only have to do about 8 to 10 here. Last one, we'll switch. Good, okay. So next thing, for those of you that have this little mini band here, it's amazing. If you can't buy it, check out my show notes here. I'll give you a link where you can get these really cheap. Great way to warm up the low body, and even the upper body too. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this little mini band around our ankles here. I want you to go about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. We're gonna drop those hips down almost like we're in a squat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do lateral walks with me staying low, almost if I had a wall above my head and it's forcing me to stay low. So I'm gonna take a step with my left, follow with my right. Left, right, left, right. Pull it back. Key thing with this, as I take my step, my hip isn't rotating out. I'm almost leading with my heel. So it allows me my foot to stay nice and straight. Just like that. Stay nice and low. You're gonna have a tendency to want to stand up and do this. We're gonna stay nice and low the whole time. Good. Now we're gonna face away. We're gonna do some vertical walks. And this is called a duck walk. So what we're gonna do now, I'll show you to the camera here. If I was walking towards you, we're gonna stay nice and low into that, almost like we're doing a squat here. But now we're gonna do a step out, almost to 45 degrees. Allow that back foot to follow out this way, and follow. Just like that. So I'm gonna go this way. Key thing is we want to stay nice and low. Good. Walk like a duck, stay nice and low. Good. Once I reach this point, we're gonna go reverse. So we're gonna go 45 degrees, step back, step back, step back, step back. You'll feel it in your hips here, maybe even your quads. It's a great warm up here. Okay, those are our duck walks. Next, bring those mini bands on your toes, your shoes. Maybe you might be doing this inside, maybe you're bare feet, but I want you to just wrap these around your toes here. And what we're gonna do is same lateral walk, but we're gonna drive that knee into the chest. You'll really feel a warm up in your core. So we're gonna take that step over, follow. I'm gonna drive with my right. So on this side, as I walk down, I'm only gonna work on my right side. I'm only gonna drive with my right. On the way back, we're gonna drive with our left. Step out, drive, 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 drive. Okay, let's come back. I'm gonna do my left. As you can tell, as I drive my knee to my chest and staying nice and tall. Good. Okay, next thing. So now we're gonna bring that mini band above your knees here. We're gonna do some squats. So body weight squats. Right above the knee, not on the knee, right above the knee. Just on your quads here. What we're gonna do, some body weight squats. We're gonna warm up that low body still. Do it over to 45 degrees. So we're gonna drop down and we're gonna warm up our shoulder. We're gonna do an interior rotation with our shoulder at the same time. So as we're dropping into that squat, we're gonna add a little interior rotation with our arms. There we go. Not pressing on my toes. All the way down. Pressing through my heels, using that whole foot, all the way back up. There we go. That mini band's giving you a little more resistance. You're feeling it in your those hips, hip flexor, all the way back up. Good. Those arms don't need to be all the way over the head, just about eye level. Nice work. A couple more. We're just warming up. And the blood flowing. And down. Good. I'm gonna drop this. Stay with me. Doing great. Just warming up here. So now we're gonna go back on our mat. Do a couple more exercises here. Now we're gonna really open up the hips and the glutes here. So we're gonna do a hip bridge. What I want you to do is you're gonna go flat on your mat with your feet up. What I want you to do here is we're gonna drive our feet into the ground and we're gonna drive those hips up into the sky. We're gonna really squeeze those hamstrings and the glutes, come right back down, okay? All the way up, all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. We're just warming up the hips. 10 to 12 here. For you advanced movers over here, do a single leg hip bridge. So one leg can be up in the air. We're gonna press off with this left foot all the way into the ground. I like to drive my triceps into the ground. I'm just gonna drive all the way up. The right leg stays up the whole time. Driving with that left foot. And switch. And down, good. Last exercise here. More of the core, a little more. So we're gonna finish with a dead bug. Got your dead cockroach in your kitchen. Legs up at 90 degrees. Arms are straight up in the sky. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with just our legs. So our arms are gonna stay stationary. We're just gonna reach out to the right, reach out to the left. Feel that warm up in the core. Those arms up. As you can tell, my legs come back to that 90-degree position. All the way back. Next movement, for all my advanced movers, we can switch and extend that arm now with the leg. So that right leg extends, my left arm goes back, and then switching. Left leg extends, the right arm goes back. It's going back and forth. So as I extend, this leg isn't hitting the ground. It's coming as close as you can, and then coming right back up. Nice, easy movement. We're just warming up. Oh. Boom. All right, guys. So that's our dynamic warm up. You might be sweating just like I am. That's good. That means you're warming up correctly. But this is great to do before a workout. Maybe it takes 10 minutes, but you'll thank me. We never want to hop right into a workout where we're lifting heavy. We want to make sure our body's completely warmed up. It'll help our mobility too. Like those legs, the core, our upper body. That's what we want. So guys, if you like this video, please watch out for more and please subscribe to my channel if you want to see anything else like this. Have a great day. Stay healthy, stay hungry.